For 40 days, a giant mocked a people. For 40 days, the mighty refused to answer. For 40 days, fear ruled a valley, until a boy stepped forward with a sling and a single stone. This is not only the story of a battle, it is the story of preparation in obscurity, of courage when courage is foolish, and of how a single act of faith can alter the course of a nation. To understand the violence of that valley, you must first step into the world of these two peoples. The Philistines were warriors, iron-armed and organized. They had become a terror to their neighbors. Their champions carried bronze helmets and shields as tall as a man. Israel, by contrast, was a loose confederation of tribes, farmers, shepherds, a people who revered God. They were not an empire. They were ordinary people who loved God. Yet they struggled to find leaders who could stand before weapons forged in other lands. On the plain below, Goliath of Gath stood like a mountain, demanding a champion to fight for the honor of his people. He was not only a physical presence, he was psychological warfare. His taunts were meant to humiliate and paralyze hope. David was the youngest of 8 sons of Jesse, a Bethlehemite. He was not famous. He was a shepherd, a watcher of flocks, a man who learned to read the sky and listened for danger. To be a shepherd is to practice attentiveness. Wolves do not announce themselves. They come with hunger and stealth. A shepherd learns precision, patience, and an eye for the single crack in a field of noise. The sling, a simple weapon, demanded accuracy more than strength. A stone placed correctly can change a destiny. Every night, David watched the flock and the stars, and he learned the rhythm of small things. When a lion came, you do not shout, you move, you aim, you do what must be done. David was more than a shepherd. He was also a musician, a poet of the heart. He tended not only bodies, but the inner temperature of a people. That combination, solitude and sensitivity, would shape a man willing to stand when others would not. Being the youngest is a quiet schooling in humility. Being overlooked is a crucible where character is forged. On the morning he appeared, Goliath was a thundercloud. His weapons, a spear like a weaver's beam, a javelin, were as frightening as his voice. His challenge, single combat. For 40 days his cry echoed across the valley. The army remained paralyzed. Valorless men in armor found themselves cowed by a voice. But the debate in the camp was not only about weapons, it was about identity. Who are we when a giant mocks our God? Saul said to David, "You are only a youth." David replied, "Your servant used to watch the sheep. A lion and a bear came. I struck them down. The Lord who delivered me from their claws will deliver me." Saul offered his armor. David tried it and could not move. Greatness cannot be borrowed, it must be lived. He chose 5 smooth stones, but took only 1 to the fight. It was a symbol, preparation, but trust that one true aim would suffice. The stone left the sling and struck the giant. The giant collapsed as a house might fall when its foundation is struck. It was not strength that felled him alone. It was precision and faith focused like a spear. Victory has its own dangers. David's triumph made him a hero, and heroes attract envy. Saul's kingly seat trembled as a new star rose on the horizon. David's path would twist from shepherd to warrior, to fugitive, to king. The same faith that delivered him into the valley would guide him into darker corridors of power. The story of David and Goliath is not a comfortable fairy tale. It is honest. Heroes are not flawless. They are people shaped by choices, some noble, some tragic. But the moment of the stone is a parable. Small instruments, when wielded in obedience and clarity, can change the course of history. The giant is more than a man. He is every obstacle that stands between a person and their calling: fear, cynicism, overwhelming odds. David's victory teaches that strategy born from character beats brute force, that solitude and discipline prepare you for public victory. What is your Goliath? Addiction? Shame? A failing body? A bankrupt dream? We live in a world of giants. systems, and structures that mock hope, the lesson we take is practical. Choose your stone. It may be prayer, discipline, a small daily practice, a single act of courage. Prepare in obscurity. Cultivate skill when no one watches. Refuse borrowed armor. Authenticity beats imitation. Focus. Pick one clear action each day, then another, then another. Seek support. David did not face everything alone. Remember the backing of faith and mentors. Giants will stand in our paths. They will shout, they will mock, they will try to bend the courage of ordinary men and women. Yet a single life prepared in quietness, honed by small disciplines warmed by conviction, can step forward and change the story. Take your stone, aim true, walk into the valley when your calling demands it. The world may not always know your name, but something greater will. The valley remembers the sound of a single stone. The valley remembers the quiet hand that launched it. Walk forward. The giant is not the end of your story. He is the beginning of the one you were called to write.